And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing, Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. First carry for Leonard Fournette. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
To the ground, this time Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Jones. And Ty Montgomery has it complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
There's a nice example of good team defense right there. The ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Ty Montgomery from 8 yards out. And the Patriots are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown. The
last play got just just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go with Mostert. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? I mean, let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate. Hunter Henry's now in his 2nd season with the New England Patriots and had 9 touchdowns in his first campaign and really emerged as rookie quarterback Mac Jones' favorite target, especially when they needed points in the red zone. Stays his favorite here.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Coming off of a Pro Bowl season 2020, many of us were stunned when Bradley Chubb had 0 sacks in 2021. That did come in only a 7-game season due to injuries.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Emmanuel in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and 1.
That's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year and going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Off play action. Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Again, it's Mostert, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, and he fires one, but incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They'll try it now with Mostert, and he'll be brought down at about the 4. He didn't get in, nowhere close. The running play does not work from the 5 on 4th and goal. And the Patriots get the football back. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On second down, here's Fournette. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, Jones. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
I would say just avoided play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position. 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On play action, here's Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. This goes to the tight end, Eric Sauber. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Eric Sauber from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Extra point and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that,
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 39 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. His guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Over the middle, complete. It's Montgomery. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Patriots get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They're going to try and throw. Thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Jones now on 1st and 10. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua caught on a slant. Touchdown, Dolphins. Robbie Anderson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns in 21.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off play action. Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes that kind of had the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confident as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this play, let's just say it's been unusual.
Bradley Chubb getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And my goodness, another interception. picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Two are going to throw.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that, because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on, because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position for 3 points. The end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
Admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
After the sack on first down, Jones. He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is, it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Brandon Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
You can just see it in their body language. You're starting to see victory on the horizon now. If it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To try again after the sack. Jones looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Jones. Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Patriots get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point up and good by Folk, and the lead is down to 24. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter and now can really take some time off the clock. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Jones on the return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Jones out to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The pressure getting 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Defensive coach always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Jones. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Looking to throw. Jones. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Henry's got it out on the left side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man, Thornton. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake. Jones. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big pickup of 38. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Ty Montgomery. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown may be a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
He's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.